For the final time this week, welcome back to CVCA live streams coverage of the 2022 CVCA Hockey Christmas Tournament. 7 games are behind us and 1 game remains. It's time for the championship game. The Whitmer Panthers, the defending champions, meet the CVCA Royals, looking to win their first tournament since 2018 here, their first tournament championship. My name's Tim Nichols, and it's good to have you back with us once again. Before we get started, as a reminder, we'd like to encourage you to follow CVCA live streams, social media contacts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching for the social media hashtag at CVCA Livestream. And thank you to those of you who have already found us this week. We see you in the YouTube stats. Toledo, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Cuyahoga Falls, Stowe, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Arizona, and Florida, and points beyond. By following us on social media, you'll be able to keep track of our broadcast schedule and other news and notes about CVCA athletics. It's been a fun ride this week, and we've got one more big game to go. The Panthers and the Royals, one more time. It's the third meeting between the two teams in 13 days, and the 6th meeting in just over 2 calendar years in this budding rivalry. And tonight, the two teams play for a championship. The Panthers' path to the championship game started on Tuesday when they gutted out a 4-2 victory against the Normandy Invaders. The Panthers got goals from 4 different players: Carson McKellen, Eric Kinney, Jacob Wishnowitz, and Nolan Wygast all lit the lamp for the Panthers. But the next night against CVCA, Whitmer had trouble getting shots on goal. Limited to just 10 for the entire game. They gave up 2 early goals and faced a 3-0 deficit after 2 periods. The final 2 goals actually deflected off of Panthers players in front of the net, and frustration mounted, ultimately boiling over with 2 minutes left. A fracas in front of the net involving 3 Whitmer players and CVCA's Nick Humphrey resulted in goaltender Dylan Bradley being sent off for the final 2 minutes of the game. That led to a Thursday game against Twinsburg, a game in which head coach Kevin Brown chose to sit both his goaltender Bradley and brother Derek, who was also involved in the Wednesday night skirmish. Into the net for the first time in his career went Chandler Fielding, and all he did was pick up the victory. The first period started ominously, though. 3 straight goals by the Tigers put the Panthers in the hole. In what turned out to be a win and advance game, Whitmer clawed back not once, but twice. The Panthers scored 4 straight goals, but then surrendered 2 to see the lead disappear midway through the third and final period. But the Panthers didn't quit. Nolan Wygast rifled a laser that hit big Derek Kantak, and he redirected it behind the Twinsburg goaltender, and it was tied with 5 minutes left. Carson McKellen completed the comeback with the game winner, just 2 minutes remaining on the clock. The spot in the final still wasn't secured. The victory put the Panthers in the unusual spot of having to cheer for CVCA. A Normandy upset last night would have relegated Whitmer to the consolation game. And that game was a nail-biter as well, right down to the final minute. But when CVCA was awarded an empty net goal with 12 seconds left, when the Royals' Jared Outwood was pulled down from behind on a breakaway, the Panthers could finally exhale. A spot in the championship game was secured. CVCA played last night knowing they were already in the championship game by virtue of wins on the first 2 days of the tournament. The Royals defeated Twinsburg on Tuesday night in dominating fashion, downing the Tigers 9-1. It was a night where Noah Chidima went off for 5 goals, and the Royals players past and present celebrated head coach Doug Fairchild's 200th victory. The next night was the 5-0 win we talked about against these Panthers. It was a game dominated by CVCA on the scoreboard. The Royals got a pair of goals from Cord Stegmeyer and goals from Nick Humphrey, Jacob Schwartzbeck, and Mark Mosher. And that led to the last night's emotional contest against Normandy. The Royals had the game circled on the calendar since losing to the Invaders in the Barron Cup final last February. In fact, Normandy had won 7 straight against CVCA. After the quick start, the game tightened up. The Invaders got CVCA off their game, where they're moving the puck quickly, passing and sending rush after rush up the ice. It turned into a physical, bruising matchup, and it almost worked. But the Royals prevailed, and they advanced to their 4th tournament championship already this season, and the 5th one since the Barron Cup final last February. The good news for Whitmer, the Royals are only 1-3 in those games. CVCA won Normandy's Thanksgiving tournament in November, but they lost the Barron Cup final last February. They lost the Adam Hamilton Memorial Tournament in a shootout to Kent Roosevelt after a scoreless regulation and overtime, and they were blown out by Bishop Watterson in the Karen Barlow Memorial Tournament just one day after defeating those same Eagles. The other good news for Whitmer, well, they've been down this path. They've already beaten CVCA this year, in fact, upsetting the Royals in the Barlow Tournament on December 17th by a score of 3-2. And you want one more good anecdote if you're a Whitmer fan? Well, in last year's road to the championship of this tournament, the Panthers defeated Normandy in the final by avenging a loss to the Invaders in the round-robin games. They'll need to stick to the same plan today if they want to head home to Toledo with the hardware once again. Whitmer and CVCA. The CVCA Christmas Tournament Championship game coming up next on CVCA live stream. Before we get started today, we want to thank you and those of you who've made their way or your way to the rink and supported the food drive that has occurred this week in conjunction with the CVCA Christmas Tournament for the benefit of Haven of Rest Ministries. Haven of Rest provides emergency services free of charge to all in need. They provide hot meals, overnight shelter, clothing, showers, laundry, and other vital services. Haven of Rest provides separate men's and women's ministries to offer rehabilitation services for homeless persons in the greater Akron area. They also provide career, job training, and education services to help men and women improve their math and reading skills. And they have community outreach services that provide meals, clothing, and shelter. Some of the statistics on the screen you see of what an impact Haven of Rest makes in those various areas throughout the course of the year. Unless you're tuning in now and still have plans to head out here in the next 5 minutes, obviously it's too late to bring a food item or a clothing item for the food drive, but you still can support Haven of Rest by visiting their website and donating financially online. The website address is www.havenofrest.org. Thank you for your support of Haven of Rest Ministries through the CVCA Christmas Tournament food drive. Clock winding down, and we're getting ready for the championship game of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. As we look down on the ice, Whitmer wearing their navy blue, shells, bright yellow tops, white numerals encased in navy blue, outlines with the navy blue helmets. And we're looking down to see who's in goal tonight for Whitmer, and more specifically if Chandler Fielding is on the ice as a skater, normally wearing number 15. On the other end, the Royals look to have Caleb Mosher in goal tonight for CVCA. Mosher should get the start. The Royals have goalies numbers 1 and 1A essentially in Mosher and Karsten Hauk. Hauk with a couple of victories already in the tournament here this week. Mosher 8-1-0-1 on the season. 8 victories, 1 loss, and 1 overtime shootout loss for the sophomore goaltender, who has a goal against average of 2.1 per game, saving 90.4% of the shots that he faces. CVCA and Whitmer getting ready. And we do see number 15 on the ice, Chandler Fielding, which would indicate that in goal tonight will be the starting goaltender, Dylan Bradley, back in goal after sitting out yesterday, coach's decision by head coach Kevin Brown. Also on the ice, number 6, brother Derek Bradley. So the Whitmer Panthers with the full complement of skaters tonight to go against CVCA. Clock winding down. We'll give you the update on the all-time series stats. This will be the 6th meeting all-time between the two schools, all occurring within the last 3 seasons and all in tournaments. Whitmer had won 2 in a row against the Royals before dropping Wednesday night's game, but they still lead the all-time series 3-2 against CVCA. The most recent Whitmer win just 13 days ago on December 17th in the Karen Barlow tournament by a score of 3-2. Whitmer is head coached by Kevin Brown, assisted by Matt Schock, Xander Homer, and Patrick Madrowski. Doug Fairchild is the head coach of CVCA. He celebrated his 200th victory on Monday night. He's added a pair of additional victories. He sits at 202 all time. He is in his 15th season behind the bench for CVCA and assisted by longtime assistant coaches Rich Hurdle and Mark Brower. Royals have cleaned the pucks out of their net. Whitmer doing the same right now. We're about ready to get underway with championship game hockey from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. Once again, a good flock of Panthers fans on hand today. To our left, Royals fans filling up the seating area to our right, and both teams heading to the end lines where we're about ready to see the starting lineups announced. The opening announcements being made here at the Kostel Ice Rink. I hope you're getting ready, or one last chance to get a beverage or fill up the snack bowl, as we say, before we get underway in earnest here. The Royals come into the matchup with a record of 14-5 on the season. Off to a great start. The Panthers 5-7-2, but hitting their stride here as we hit the end of December and are ready to turn the page on the calendar to the new year 2023. Here come the starting lineups for the visiting Panthers. Dylan Bradley makes his return. He'll start in goal tonight for the Panthers. Bradley, a junior. He'll be joined on the blue line by Nolan Wygast. Up next, number 19, Andrew Wishnowitz, the senior defenseman. Cameron Schiavone gets the start at left wing. The man who got the Panthers into the final yesterday in goal, back skating out today, number 15, Chandler Fielding, and also starting number 6, Derek Bradley. Caleb Mosher, the sophomore goaltender for CVCA, gets his name called out. He gets the start tonight. The captain of the Royals, Nick Humphrey, the senior, will start at center. David Siff, junior assistant captain, will get the start again for CVCA. Court Stegmeyer starts for CVCA. Senior defenseman Zach Nichols starting for the Royals. And senior assistant captain Mark Mosher fills out the starting lineup for CVCA. And now, those in attendance have been asked to please rise to honor America as we listen to the national anthem. The national anthem complete, and we are ready for championship game hockey. The Panthers and the Royals. Whitmer, the defending champions, winners of this tournament a year ago when they upset and defeated the Normandy Invaders, who at that time had been previously undefeated on the 2021-22 season. The Royals, two-time winners of this championship. CVCA last winning it in 2018. The Royals also champions of this tournament back in 2011. So will Whitmer get their second championship in the CVCA Christmas tournament, or will CVCA join Kent Roosevelt, who's won it 3 times, more than any other team in the history of this tournament? We'll know in about 2 hours. We're glad you're along for the ride, and we hope you enjoy it. CVCA and Whitmer. The final moments of calm before we get started. Nolan Wygast ready to step in for the Panthers. Nick Humphrey across from him for CVCA. And they ask Andrew Wishnowitz to step back just a little bit. The puck is dropped down, and Wishnowitz sends it back to Derek Bradley. We're underway in the championship game of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. The Panthers will try and build out to start the contest. Wygast through the neutral zone, has pressure, dumps it in deep, down low, and Mark Mosher swoops it around the boards for CVCA. It's chipped up and out by the Royals' David Siff, but the Panthers control. In the defensive zone, Bradley pushes it forward. Wishnowitz has it taken away by Humphrey, and the Royals clear it on out. Derek Bradley's going to be on it, though, for the Panthers. He'll send it around the boards. Wishnowitz will break out. Back to Bradley. Stegmeyer gives a little bit of pressure into the zone, but only, well, it does trickle back, and Mark Mosher has it. It's shipped up and out, but again, controlled by the Panthers on this first shift. Nice job keeping away from CVCA and controlling the game. A big hit on the far side, first one of the game, and the puck is loose. Chadima is out. He sends a shot and a save by Dylan Bradley. Into the corner. Jacob Schwartzbeck centers. It's loose in front and a score! The puck just bounced the proper way to get into the back of the net. A fluke goal perhaps, but the Royals lead 1-0. Here's the replay. It was sent around by Derek Bradley. Jacob Schwartzbeck. Another goal off of a Whitmer defender. The last 2 goals on Wednesday night were the same type of thing. That goal, Schwartzbeck just threw at the net. It ricocheted off the defenseman and into the back of the net. 1-0 CVCA. Time of the goal, 1 minute and 14 seconds. The Panthers ice it down and it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Royals. Schwartzbeck unassisted for CVCA. We see that replay one more time, guys. Trying to see who it bounced off of. Here it is again. Bradley, Derek sent it behind the boards. Schwartzbeck got it, and it was 15, it looks like. Chandler fielding off his skate into the back of the net. 1-0 CVCA. Matt Porter tries to get one on goal. Chopped down and sent in front. And a save by Dylan Bradley. Matt Porter tried to get that on net, and he did. Bradley got down on it and forces the faceoff. It was actually David Siff. Porter was there looking for the rebound, as was Nick Humphrey. Faceoff to the left of Dylan Bradley. Into the corner. Derek Bradley sends it around the boards, but Mark Mosher keeps it in. Sent across ice. Jacob Wishnowitz has it pushed back down into the defensive zone. And the Panthers can't control it at neutral ice. It's Carter Martin, cross ice, looking for Humphrey. Into the offensive zone he goes. It's poked back, but Siff sends it down in deep. Around the boards, it's sent. Carter Martin up high. Can he keep it in? No, he cannot. Eric Kinney, the leading scorer for the Panthers. Stick handles behind the net, puts it in front. There's going to be a chance. Shot is knocked down in front. Hudson Bear with that attempt. Bear gets it back, pokes it off the boards down low, and Carter Martin will chase after it. Martin has it. Angles it off the boards. David Siff tries to get to it. He's bodied off the play and steps off the ice. Royals changing up. Jacob Wischwitz forward to Kenny. Kenny with back checking happening from Carter Martin. Nice job by him. And the Royals break out 2-on-1. Jared Outward into the corner. Outward can't get a good pass off, and it's taken away by the Panthers. Wischwitz. Jacob. 1-on-3. Can't break through the defense for the Royals. The goal scorer, Schwartzbeck. Stick handles. Gets it forward to Chidima. Gets it back. Schwartzbeck into the offensive zone. Sets a shot on and gloved down by Dylan Bradley. The loose puck at center ice. Picked up by Schwartzbeck, and he got a shot off. And the Royals changing once again. .11:52 to go, first period. Early on, Royals leading 1-0. Face off one back to the Whitmer Panthers. Here comes Stegmeyer. He's dumped. More of his own doing. And it's sent down for another icing. Stegmeyer more lost his balance than being dumped as the... I got a second look at it there. For Schwartzbeck, 14th goal of the season for the sophomore. Again, one back to Whitmer. Wygast has two Royals there, but wins the puck battle. Nolan Wygast has it poked away, though, by Stegmeyer and decides to send it around the boards. Near side, Zach Nichols keeps it in, or tries to, but it's knocked way back all the way down the ice by Angelo Cifuentes. Turned over in the defensive zone. A shot comes in, goes wide into the near side corner. Cifuentes. Oh, he's leveled, and a power play is coming for the Whitmer Panthers. Trying to see the number of who that might have been. I think it was Zach Nichols. And it was. So a collision in the corner, and Zach Nichols is going to go into the box. 2 minutes for elbowing. Power play opportunity for the Panthers. Trailing 1-0, but with a chance to tie it up here. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes and 3:49. 3:49 of the first period. That is deflected right in front of the net and cleared out of harm's way to center ice. Outward. Sends it down the ice. It's played by Bradley. Noah Chidima skates in, but doesn't get close to the puck. Eric Kinney gains the zone. Kinney, cross ice. Far side it goes. Wischwitz behind the goal line. Tries to center. It's loose in front, and Outward has it, and he'll send it down the ice for a clearance for CVCA. Bradley leaves it for Nolan Wygast. Long pass into the offensive zone, but poked right back out, and Noah Chidima has it. 1-on-3, Chidima lost it in on Bradley over the goal. He couldn't catch it, and it's quickly sent back out, but nobody there for the Panthers, and an easy clearance for Carter Martin with 1:05 left to go on the penalty time to Nichols. Wischwitz behind his goal with pressure from Outward. Turns it over. Chidima just dumps it back a little further. Wygast. Cross ice. Kinney. First touch isn't good, and the Royals clear it once again. Chidima has it, and he sends it further on. 40 seconds left to go on the penalty time. Kinney on the near side boards. Cross ice. Good pass. He's got Derek Bradley. He skates in. Bradley shoots. Gets a second chance. Can't get good wood on it. And in the front, the Royals clear it out. A nice diving play to keep it in the zone. The Royals don't clear it out. It's sent in deep by Carson McKellen. But he's dispossessed, and it's cleared out by CVCA. 15 seconds to go on the penalty time. It's loose in front. Almost turned over. David Siff was there, but now comes Schiavone. He gets a shot off. It's wide, and the penalty expires. Nichols races to the bench and the Royals are back to full strength. Here comes CVCA on the rush. Schwartzbeck shoots, and it's just wide. Schwartzbeck sends it in front, falls down. No one there for CVCA. Going the other direction. Eli Prada chips at it, and the Royals pass it forward. Here comes Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck dangles. He's going to get a shot off backhanded. Not much on it. Couldn't get much on that one, and it's pushed aside by Bradley. Angled forward to center ice where CVCA's Carter Martin has it. Martin dumps it in deep, and the Royals will change up behind. Matt Porter comes on. Meanwhile, in front, Stegmeyer couldn't get a stick down on that. Derek Kantak out for his first shift. Tries to clear it and cannot. Behind the goal, Humphrey comes blazing in, but he can't get to it. Kantak has it, and he skates out with it. Derek Kantak sends it in. It's shipped to the near side corner. Kantak sends it on goal again, saved by Caleb Mosher. And Nick Humphrey will pick it up. 8:08, big hit behind the play. Humphrey goes down with Kinney. And meanwhile, the Royals get a shot. Humphrey goes off, Kinney gets up. Stegmeyer in the corner, centering pass, intercepted by the Panthers. Center ice, Martin can't control. Now Wisniewicz gains the zone. Wisniewicz for the Panthers. Shot gets off and a save by Mosher. Centering again. It's shipped forward and CVCA has it on the counter. Here comes Outward. Outward skates in and it's poked away from him to the far side. Kinney bumps him, but a shot comes in loose in front. Second shot saved by Bradley, and a penalty coming. And Eric Kinney knows it's on him. He's already putting himself in the box. Hooking against Kinney. 7:35 the time in the first period. 7:25 to go, so just past the halfway mark. And CVCA will get their first chance with the extra man. Royals with a 1-0 lead on a Jacob Schwartzbeck goal early on, a minute and a half into the contest. Face-off one back to CVCA, fired in and gloved down by Bradley. They'll do it again. And we wait for the center for Whitmer to get a glove back on. That was Wisniewicz. It's knocked down. Schwartzbeck has it now. Leaves it to the point. Shot in and kicked aside. Loose in front. Whitmer controls. They cannot clear though. It's sent back into the corner by Outward. Outward. Now Chidima. Chidima has it. Leaves it up to the point. Shot in and sticked aside. Actually gloved aside off the blocker. On the near side. Cleared out to the neutral zone by Jacob Wisniewicz. CVCA will try and build up again. Turned over in neutral ice, but then chipped away, and the CVCA takes it back. 1:19 to go in the penalty time. Noah Chidima shoots. An easy save for Bradley. Sent up to Nichols. He flutters it cross ice. And CVCA sets up in the high slot. A shot again. Wish Bradley tracking that all the way in off the stick of Schwartzbeck. And both teams will change up with a minute and 7 seconds to go on the penalty time to Eric Kinney. Humphrey across from McKellen wins it back. Parada will move it forward. The Royals skate in, shot off the mask of Bradley. Save. And cleared down by Whitmer. Whistle blows. Whitmer on the penalty kill. And it should not have been an icing. Head coach Kevin Brown recognizing the error by the referee, and they'll have the face-off at center ice. He'll get an explanation. Brown understands it was an inadvertent whistle. And so, rather than coming down to the defensive zone, which would normally be the case on an icing call, the face-off will take place at center ice. So McKellen and Humphrey ready to go once again. Royals still have 51 seconds to go on the penalty time. Puck is dropped down. The player's tied up at center ice, and it's dug out by David Siff. Siff dumps it in deep. Nolan Wygass gets it. Sends it up off the boards, and Carter Martin will have to chase it on the clearance. 32 seconds to go on the hooking penalty to Eric Kinney. 5:53 to go in the first period with the Royals leading 1-0. Through center ice. The Royals cannot gain the zone successfully, and it's cleared out once again. Martin, cross ice, Parada. Parada at the red line, sends it forward. And the Royals waiting to get into the zone, not quite sure why. And it'll be offsides. And Cord Stegmeyer is frustrated. And he'll move on over to the bench. Here's that replay of the face-off with Humphrey and McKellen trying to get there, and then the referee threw a block. 8 seconds to go. Kinney ready to jump out of the penalty box. One back to Whitmer, and they send it back out to the neutral zone where Schwartzbeck has it. He's going to dump it in deep. Penalty time expired. Back to even strength. Chidima shoots. It's wide and goes all the way around to the right point. Sent in, deflected in front. Chidima can't control. He battles for it, though. Diving, and also diving is Dylan Bradley to cover the puck with 5:10 to go. A hustle play right there by Noah Chidima, but Bradley was all over it, and he made the save. They drop the puck down, and out comes Kinney with it. Kinney with some speed into the offensive zone, but it's poke checked away from him by Mark Mosher. Mosher falls down, but the Royals get the puck. They can't clear it. Mosher has it again, feathers it forward, but not out, and finally angled out to center ice. Sent right back in by the Panthers, but right to Mosher. And now loose at center ice again. Zach Nichols has it. Nichols sends it forward. Mosher dumps it in just wide of the goal of Bradley. Schwartzbeck sends it in further. Collecting it is Owen Gump. Gump sends it up to Jacob Wishnowitz. He'll battle on the boards with Schwartzbeck. Still loose. Chidima there as well, and out to center ice it goes. Zach Nichols drives it in. It bounces off the back of the net. Chidima first to it. Noah Chidima has it. Centering pass cannot connect, and so Nichols will have to chase it. Coming off the bench, Eli Parada will get it for CVCA. Jared Outward skates the red line. Now gets some room. Angles into the offensive zone, into the slot. Fires. It's loose in front, and still CVCA has it. Cord Stegmeyer scores! The puck loose in front. Stegmeyer got himself in a shooting position, and he buried it. Here it is. Stegmeyer just has a nose for the net, as JT Nichols says beside me, and he puts it in the back of the net for a 2-0 lead for CVCA. The 18th goal of the season for CVCA's Cord Stegmeyer. He leads all CVCA scorers in goals scored now. Time of the Stegmeyer goal, 11 minutes, 32 seconds. Back underway, Matt Porter sends it forward to the captain, Nick Humphrey. He drives in. Humphrey, sharp angle shot, loose in front. Stegmeyer again, angling at it, poking at it. Whistles blow, and Stegmeyer trying to disentangle himself from Derek Bradley. Or rather, Dylan Bradley, my mistake. Stegmeyer from Outward, the official scoring on the Stegmeyer goal. And the Royals lead 2-0. Much like 2 days ago, Whitmer playing pretty good hockey, but CVCA getting a good bounce off of a Whitmer Panther. Chandler fielding on the Schwartzbeck goal, and then Stegmeyer getting a loose puck and finding a way to bury it in the back of the net. Here comes Chidima, 2-on-1. He's got Schwartzbeck on the far side. First shot, it leaves a rebound in front. Outward, trying to control. Now Carter Martin feathers it down low to Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck behind the net, circles, centers in front, looking for outward. It's poked to the far side by Kantak for Whitmer. Schwartzbeck still with control, sends it up, finds Martin at the point. Martin loses it, overskates it, dumps it back to Schwartzbeck, and the Royals will have to set up if they can get it. It's in the zone, but Chidima is bodied off the puck, and it gives the Panthers time to recover with 2:36 to go in the first period. Up to center ice, Eli Parada has it for CVCA. To Martin. Pass deflected, and Martin will have to chip it forward to Noah Chidima, who has it. He sends it into the zone and tries to chase after it. Can't get to it, but outward does for the Royals. It's still loose, and Martin sends it on goal. Saved by Bradley. Into the corner, Schwartzbeck. Looking for Chidima. It goes all the way to Martin. He'll fire. It's chipped in front. Outward got a stick on it, and it went wide of Bradley's goal. Chidima sent it behind the goal to Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck looking, cross ice, behind the goal still, back to Chidima. Centers outward. Can't get on his forehand. Cycles down low again, leaves it back for Chidima. He fires. Save. Actually, it's not Chidima. That was Schwartzbeck. Still, outward has it for the Royals. Royals shot, blocked down in front. Minute 39 to go, and now Whitmer will build out with it. It's Kenny. Kenny, shot from the red line. Knocked down and saved and covered for a moment before he funneled it out to a teammate, but the whistle blew, and so a save for Caleb Mosher and a defensive zone faceoff that will result for CVCA. 2-0 Royals, a minute 31 to go in the first period. Faceoff to the left of Mosher. Whitmer wins it. Kinney sends a shot. It's deflected. It doesn't get to the goal. David Siff has it for CVCA. Stegmeyer gets on, stays on side, and then Siff is leveled. And here come the Panthers. They'll reset. Gump gains the zone, but loses the puck. Cord Stegmeyer has it for the Royals with a minute 10 left. Mosher, cross ice, looking for Nick Humphrey. Can't get there. Shot on goal. Save. And a penalty coming. Interference is the call. And the groan that we heard to our left from the Whitmer fans is rewarded, and it should be. Stegmeyer leveled the player. I think that player was Owen Gump. And a power play will ensue for the Panthers once again. 59 seconds to go in the first period. 2 minutes up on the clock for Cord Stegmeyer. And the Panthers again with another chance to try and get back in this one. Puck is dropped down and one back to the Panthers. Wygast shoots it in. It's loose on the far side. And now the Panthers control behind the net. Centering pass in front. Kenny was there, couldn't get his stick down. It's cleared up and out of play by the Royals with 43 seconds left. Here it is, Kantak and Eric Kinney both parked out in front. Neither could get their stick down on that nice idea. And so we restart. Face off and shot all the way around the boards and out. Nolan Wygast, cross ice. 34 seconds left. The Panthers regain the zone, but Chidima on the back check just takes the puck away, sets up, and he clears it down the ice with 26 seconds left. Owen Gump sends it far side to Nolan Wygast. Outward, lurking. Long pass. Kantak chips it into the zone. Carter Martin's there for CVCA. Funnels it down around to the far side, but it's taken there by a Panther. Less than 10 seconds, in fact 4 seconds left. Sent down, a bouncing puck gloved down by Bradley, and the buzzer sounds. We've reached the end of one period of play in the championship game of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. The host Royals lead the visiting defending champion Whitmer Panthers by a score of 2-0. Shots on goal in that first period. The Royals had 22, the Panthers just 5, and the Royals lead 2-0. As we go to the first period break, we're going to pause for a message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. You're invited to explore and learn about CVCA, our students, and the incredible community that makes up Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy's family. The CVCA community comes together in marvelous ways to impact young hearts and minds, not only in our classrooms, athletic fields, and stage, but also in the day-to-day experiences of the young people that walk the halls of CVCA. What makes CVCA unique? Well, as you consider the community that you'd like to be a part of, we invite you to experience CVCA and see what sets us apart. Hear how CVCA continues to make an impact on our students, parents, faculty, and alumni at the upcoming Winter Open House and Family Preview Nights. The Winter Open House, as you see on the screen, is set for Friday, January 27th, and the next Family Preview Night is Thursday, February 9th. To sign up, visit the CVCA website at www.cvcaroyals.org/admissions. Again, www.cvcaroyals.org/admissions. We can't wait to meet you. Right now, we've got an intermission after the first period underway with the Royals leading Whitmer 2-0. Recapping the scoring in that first period. An early goal at 1 minute and 14 seconds of the first period. Jacob Schwartzbeck picked up a loose puck behind the goal, fired it toward the crease, and it ricocheted off the skate of Chandler Fielding and behind Dylan Bradley into the back of the net for an early 1-0 lead by CVCA. That's the way it stayed until the 12-minute, 13-second mark when another loose puck was available in front and Cord Stegmeyer got to it, pirouetted, and fired while falling down backwards and beat Bradley topside left and made it 2-0 right now. When we resume play at the start of the second period, the Panthers will have about a minute of penalty time remaining on a power play with CVCA's Cord Stegmeyer in the box for an interference infraction. It's been a fun tournament here, and we want to let you know that if you've enjoyed our coverage, you can get some memories of our coverage, well, maybe not our coverage, but of the tournament itself, by taking advantage of an opportunity to obtain some of the official game photos of the tournament. First 2 days of those photos are already up and available, and if you've got your phone with you, take a picture of the QR code right now with a QR app on your phone or however else you might be able to ingest a QR code. But game photos available from the CVCA Christmas tournament. Make sure you take advantage of the opportunity to review a lot of the great work being done by the official photographer of the tournament. And if you don't have your phone ready right now, we'll make sure to put this QR code back up during the second intermission as well. But while it's up there, we'll let you grab your phone. We'll leave it up for a few moments. It'll give us an opportunity to think back on this first 7 games of this tournament and some of the great highlights that we've seen. I wrote down Isaac Mulcahy, the goaltender for the Twinsburg Tigers. He had 95 saves through 2 games, and then he played again this afternoon, and I think he had another almost 40 saves. Over 130 saves in 3 games for Twinsburg goaltender Isaac Mulcahy. The Tigers trounced in their first 2 games 9-0 and 9-1 by CVCA and Normandy. Played very tough yesterday against these Whitmer Panthers, losing 6-5. Today, they also played very tough, losing again only by 6-5. They got down by 3 goals twice, battled back to 1-goal deficits, including within the last 4 minutes of the game, getting a goal and then an extra man goal, but could not get the final tying goal. Mulcahy stood tall in net. A first-year skater, a first-year goalie. And while the Tigers did not win here this week, the future looks to be bright, at least in net for Twinsburg with Isaac Mulcahy, just a sophomore. Sean Chirikoff for the Tigers scored 4 goals against these Whitmer Panthers yesterday. He added another one today and ended the tournament with 5 goals. And after the Tigers, having a tough time on the first 2 days of the tournament, Chirikoff, the captain for those Tigers, caught fire and netted 5 goals to add to his tally for the season. How about Matt Galetka from the Normandy Invaders? Galetka scored, I believe, in every game he played in this tournament, finished with 6 goals. Might have been 7. I think he had 2 today. Is that right? 7 goals for the tournament. Galetka certainly showing why he is the leader of the Normandy Invaders. And in his senior season, certainly did not disappoint in the opportunities that we all had to see him this week. And then Vinny Kurvaya had 3 goals at least for Normandy over the course of the 4 days this week as well. For the Royals, Noah Chidima on the first night with 5 goals in a single game. The Royals, they're almost like a balloon that if you squeeze it and stop one side, it balloons out and the other side is there. So if Chidima scores on one night and then is held scoreless the next night, you get Cord Stegmeyer, you get others outward, Schwartzbeck, etc. But Noah Chidima's 5-goal outburst on the first night of the tournament certainly stands out. And how about Doug Fairchild, the head coach for CVCA, with his 200th victory on Monday night? He's added 2 more to that total, but it was great to see all his former players join the current players to celebrate their coach for the last 15 years. When you think of the Whitmer Panthers, the story of the tournament has got to be the play of Chandler Fielding, his first time ever in goal yesterday against Twinsburg, and he got the W. Did just enough to get the win. Fielding looked great, looked like a good athlete, and while he did let one get in from center ice, I think all goalies have done that in their first outing, and he's a quick learner, learned so well that he made a couple of great saves, a bunch of great saves actually, and got the win for his team and got them into the championship game tonight. So tip of the cap to you, Chandler Fielding from the Whitmer Panthers. And who could forget the game-tying goal yesterday by Derek Kantak and the winning goal in the last 2 minutes by Carson McKellen also to help get Whitmer here tonight. The Panthers getting all the way back to the championship game to defend their title. Right now they're down 2-0, but certainly still in this one by all means. So, we also got to spend a full period with Normandy head coach Jim Jackson during the first CVCA Whitmer game. Coach Jackson, 33 years behind the bench for the Normandy Invaders. Before that, a player at Normandy and kind of, as he described, worked and is responsible for saving that Normandy program years ago, and he is Normandy hockey. He's got a ton of great stories, and it was a good time to spend more than a period with Coach Jackson up here in the booth with us. And he gave us some color commentary and some great stories. And we're not done yet. 2 periods of hockey left to go, so game photos available. You've had that opportunity. We'll put it up again during the second intermission. Go and take a look at all the great photos that have been taken during the tournament here. Up next for CVCA, a home game 1 week from today. The Royals will be off for a week for the new year. They'll be back in action here next Friday night against the Orange Lions in a divisional matchup, and then they'll be back in action 1 day later against the defending White Division Barron Cup champions from Western Reserve Academy in a non-divisional contest. It should be a good challenge for CVCA because WRA has it rolling once again this year. As the clock winds down in the final minute of the first intermission, we'll let you know that in other CVCA sports action this week, the boys basketball team went 1-1, winning at Manchester, losing on the road at Imani Christian down in the Pittsburgh area. Girls basketball won on Wednesday night, 65-19 down at Orville, and they will tip off at the Tim Byerly Gymnasium in an hour and 10 minutes actually, against Walsh Jesuit in their second game of the week. CVCA Wrestling was competing in the 60th annual Brecksville Holiday Tournament. Kyle Snyder still alive today and wrestled in the semifinals, and Braden Halen was wrestling in the consolation bracket. Snyder in the 215-pound weight class and Halen in the 120-pound weight class. Swim team in action yesterday and today at the Stampede Invitational in Worcester, and we already mentioned that girls basketball kicks off in an hour and 10 minutes. We've got hockey to go here. We're glad you're with us, however. 2-0 Royals at the end of one. Start of the second period coming up in just a couple moments on CVCA live stream. We just got a little drink of water, and we're getting ready to go for second period action. Royals have returned to the ice. Tim Nichols here once again. The Whitmer Panthers working their way through and back into the arena. Gives us an opportunity to let you know that the dad group up here that's making things happen for you and responsible for these broadcasts includes not just yours truly, but Sean Mosher on camera and on all things technical. Kent Schwartzbeck working the replay for you today, and former Royal JT Nichols, offspring of yours truly, working the graphical package today before he goes back to college. So, we hope you're enjoying the coverage, and again, if you get an opportunity, tweet at us at CVCA Livestream. Let us know where you're watching. We've heard from folks this week, as we said in the pregame, from all over Ohio, up in New England and Vermont and New Hampshire and Connecticut, down in Florida, in Arizona, host of locations. And so we're glad that you're getting to watch your Panthers or your Royals here through the CVCA Boosters YouTube channel. 15 minutes is up on the clock. Dylan Bradley will defend the goal to our right in this second period. It's the long change period. Caleb Mosher is now skated down to our left. In the box is Cord Stegmeyer, who's got 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining on a penalty for interference. So we'll start the second period on a Whitmer power play. Referee blows the whistle. He tells Derek Bradley to settle down. Bradley was roaming around the circle, and so he tells him to stop moving. He does. The puck is dropped down, and we're underway. The Royals clear it immediately down the ice as they continue the penalty kill. Noah Chidima intercepts the puck in the corner. He'll dump it down low, and Chidima, again, being a pest on the penalty kill. Whitmer builds it out. It's sent to center ice. Outward. Can't send it down the ice, and it's dumped in deep with 37 seconds of penalty time left. Carter Martin tries to send it around the boards. Centering pass in front. Derek Kantak couldn't get good wood on it. In the corner, Kantak has it. Kantak tries to center. It's intercepted by Chidima. Chidima will send it down the ice, and it will be actually on goal. A save made by Bradley. 16 seconds to go on the Stegmeyer penalty to start the second period. It's sent up, but Chidima intercepts. Chidima will get a shot off, saved by Bradley, who covers with Chidima following his shot. Stoppage with 14:06 to go. Just underway here in period number 2. 7 seconds remain on the penalty time to Cord Stegmeyer, which carried over from late in period number 1. Face off to the right of Bradley. It's dropped down. And the Royals control, at least for a moment. Back to full strength. Stegmeyer rejoins the play. And he comes right to the net. Had a chance, but overskated the puck. And the Panthers send it down the ice, and it will be icing on Whitmer. Cord Stegmeyer came flying out of the box. And again, we said he's got a nose for the net. And almost had a chance for another goal. But it's an icing against the Whitmer Panthers, who trail 2-0 early second period. Royals on top, face off to the right of Dylan Bradley. One back to the Panthers. They send it around the boards to the near side. Angelo Cifuentes tries to send it out, but cannot. Back to the corner. Nick Humphrey gets to it first. Humphrey trying to stick handle, cross ice. Looks like Sif. Back to Humphrey. He's got pressure from Owen Gump. Into the corner, Sif sends it back. Cycles it down low. And the puck trickles loose, and it's sent around the boards, but still controlled by Stegmeyer of CVCA. He has it poke checked away in the corner. It's sent up, and Mark Mosher has it. He puts a shot on, but it's deflected all the way out into the defensive zone, where Zach Nichols has to retreat and get it. Nichols sends it up the ice and finds Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck and Humphrey both reach for it. Humphrey gets it and lofts it high. It goes into the rafters. and so a stoppage occurs. 12:55 to go. Just 2 minutes, 5 seconds gone here in period number 2. Both teams changing up. The faceoff will be in front of the Royals bench, just outside of the offensive zone for CVCA. Noah Chidima wins it and skates into the offensive zone. In the circle, he's going to get right to the net. Chidima fires, saved by Bradley from point-blank range. It's sent up. Carter Martin keeps it in for the moment, but it goes out to center ice. Cross ice, Eli Parada. D to D to Carter Martin. Martin chips it up, and the Royals still control. It's Chidima. Doesn't see a path through, and so circles back, sends it back to Martin, who gets it to Schwartzbeck, and he feathers it in down low. Andrew Wishnowitz loses the puck. Chidima fires. It's knocked down in front. Chidima angles it up off the boards. Parada can't keep it in, but does a good job to prevent it getting further down the ice. And now it does. Jacob Wishnowitz is going to have a chance. Lines up, fires, and it's deflected to the near side corner. Kinney, sharp angle shot, goes off the side of the net. A Whitmer player falls down, and it's sent around the boards where Schwartzbeck sends it back to Carter Martin to settle things down. It was Wishnowitz who fell down. Andrew. Meanwhile, Chidima has it, and he's heading into the attacking zone. Chidima looking to pass, feathers it through, shot by Outward, saved by Bradley. The Royals with the puck. Eli Parada sends it forward, save, a big rebound, comes out to Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck looking, he'll shoot, it's deflected in front, doesn't ever get to the goal. Angled off the boards, and here comes a chance for the Panthers. Sent into the corner. Kinney will skate to it, sends it up to the point, and dumped back down low to Kinney where he has it. Backhanded it around the boards to the near side. Outward, feathers it forward, and here comes Nick Humphrey. Humphrey 1-on-2, he scored from here the other night. This time it's deflected away by wraparound shot is saved by Bradley. Before I could say it was deflected or by Derek Bradley, it got all the way to his brother Dylan, who had to make a save. Royals build out once again. Humphrey fires, saved by Bradley. Into the corner. Derek Bradley tries to get it, but Humphrey centers in front. Stegmeyer again shoots over the net. Stegmeyer again. This one's deflected into the corner. Angles it and still loose in front. Sent up to the slot. Parada backhands it down low. Angled off the boards, and Derek Kantak tries to settle it down. Sends it up, but kept in by Martin. But Kantak, with the big body, just pushes forward and pushes it out. At center ice, Whitmer cannot gain the zone, but now Kantak jumps on the loose puck and goes into the corner. Kantak tries to center. It's poked away by Carter Martin. He falls down. Now Kantak has it again. Tries to center. Parada's in front there, and the Royals' Stegmeyer swoops in to take the puck out of harm's way with 9:38 to go in the second period. Humphrey pushes it in deep. He'll chase it. Can't get to it. It's angled up off the boards, and Kantak sends it out to center ice. Martin. Offsides, it should have been. They let it go. It may be a break for CVCA. Stegmeyer is in open space. Stegmeyer fires, saved by Bradley. Whitmer would have benefited from an offsides call on CVCA. It didn't come, and it resulted in a CVCA rush, and it forced Dylan Bradley to have to make a save. And it resulted in an offensive zone face-off, an attacking zone face-off for the Royals. Noah Chidima steps in, but the Panthers win the face-off. But Chidima never stops hustling. Almost got there. The far side corner, and Chidima's there again, and he swoops in and picks up the puck. Chidima gets to his forehand, shoots, save. Second shot loose in front. Settled down by Jacob Wishnowitz. Wishnowitz up ice, finds a teammate. That teammate is Eric Kinney. Now Andrew Wishnowitz. Wishnowitz bodied off the puck. but it comes loose. Kenny lines up, fires. Rebound after the save by Caleb Mosher. His brother Mark is there, sends it up the boards. Kenny digs it out, though, for the Panthers. Kenny cross ice, but out of the zone, and delayed offsides against the Panthers gives Zach Nichols an opportunity to settle the puck down. Cross ice pass, angled up, looking for Jared Outward, too far for him, and it's sent back to center ice. The Royals poke check it away, and here comes Chidima again. Chidima, 1-on-3, gets to the goal, shoots, and too high into the netting. The speed of the Royals testing the Panthers right now. But so far, both teams kept off the board here in the second period. 2 first period goals by CVCA, one by Jacob Schwartzbeck, the second by Cord Stegmeyer. That's where we stand at 2-0. Panthers win that faceoff and send it around the boards. Nolan Wygast will head up ice. Nice back checking by the Royals once again. And Whitmer having a hard time getting past the blue line. Here comes Humphrey with speed. Humphrey fires, and he scores! Nick Humphrey puts the Royals up 3-0. A laser beats Dylan Bradley. 7 minutes, 22 seconds of the second period. Here's Humphrey. He got right to the edge of the circle and fired. There's no red lamp behind the goal, but they would have lit it. For Humphrey, 13th goal of the season for the senior captain. He puts the Royals up 3-0. Back underway. Here comes CVCA again. This is Matt Porter gets a shot on goal. Bradley pushes it to the far corner. Who else? Noah Chidima pestering there. But the Panthers pick up a loose puck and dump it in deep. Carson McKellen sends it forward to Jefferson Davis, but here comes CVCA again. This is Outward. Outward skates into the circle, fires wide. It ricochets to the far side. McKellen loses it to Chidima. He's going to put a shot and goal, and he scores! Noah Chidima. Just 22 seconds later. 38 seconds. At the 7-minute mark, even puts the Royals up 4-0. '22nd goal of the season for Noah Chidima. Here comes Kinney with a shot wide. And more pressure from the Royals. 3-on-2. David Siff puts a shot on goal, and Bradley gloves it down. CVCA in command with a 4-0 lead. 2 goals, just 38 seconds apart. Another shot by Stegmeyer almost got through. Out to center ice, 3-on-2 for the Panthers. Wishnowicz has a shot knocked down in front. Tries to get a second shot off, cannot. That was Jacob Wishnowicz. We continue on. Andrew Wishnowicz has it poked away. Humphrey sends it up out of the zone. It's angled forward and down the ice. Icing is waved off. Martin sends it forward. It ricochets right back. And so Martin will chase it into the far side corner. An odd bounce there. Martin with some pressure from Wishnowicz. Sends it forward. It's sent right back down low by CVCA. Parada pushes it forward. Siff gets it to Humphrey, who just scored. Humphrey back into the offensive zone. Fires and scores again. Almost an identical shot from the last one. Nick Humphrey Went low this time, but the same starting point of the goal. Here he is. He gains the zone. And Humphrey, right from the edge, it's almost identical. Just went low and beat Bradley again. 5-0 Royals. Three goals for the Royals in 2 minutes and 1 second. And the pressure continues. Here comes Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck trying to center, misplays the puck. It comes out. Zach Nichols is going to poke at it. Can't keep it in, though. Center ice, though. Mark Mosher is there. Sends it in off the referee. Near side boards. Clock trickling down and 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Royals in command, 5-0. Mosher sends it forward. It's out of the zone, but intercepted by Carson McKellen. But its center ice puck is loose, and the Panthers are retreating. Nolan Wygast. He's got Chidima. Wygast gets it back. The Royals cannot control, and a shot and a save by Caleb Mosher. Here comes Whitmer. Puck is loose in front. They can't control the puck, and it's sent out to center ice. Dumped back in deep. Delayed offsides, waved off. Whitmer was changing as the puck was sent in. Mosher will skate out with it. Mosher at the center ice. Skates into the offensive zone. Tries to get on the forehand. Loses the puck. 4:11 to go. Oh, a big collision. And whistle blows. It was Jacob Schwartzbeck who got run into. Here's the replay. Andrew Wishnowitz ran into him, and he's going to take a penalty for tripping. So Wishnowitz goes into the box for tripping. And the Royals will go on the power play with 4:07 to go in the second period, already leading 5-0. The face-off will be to the right of Dylan Bradley. Drop down, the Royals will control it. They tried to drop it for Stegmeyer, but he skated past it, and it's cleared down on goal, where Caleb Mosher will leave it for Carter Martin. Long outlet pass looking for David Siff. He couldn't control it, and it's sent right back in, where Eli Prada will chase it for the Royals. 3:45 to go. Second period, the Royals with a big outburst in period number 2 to take a 5-0 lead. Here in the power play, though, they have not yet gained the offensive zone and set up the power play. Twice the Whitmer Panthers have cleared it. It's feathered up. Too far for Humphrey, but Stegmeyer's there to get it. Now he'll settle. Stegmeyer stick handles. With pressure, too much stick handling. Here comes Kinney with an opportunity. 1-on-2, but Kinney fires high of the goal, not on target. And up into the rafters, whistle blows, and play stops with 3:12 to go. Andrew Wishnowitz in the box for another 1 minute and 6 seconds. And that is how long the Royals' power play will continue. Royals will have a defensive zone face-off. They win it back to Mark Mosher. Mosher sends it up, looking for outward, and he chips it forward, looking for Chidima. Chidima gets it, but it's taken away by Nolan Wygast, who has some speed. Wygast bumped off the puck for the moment by Zach Nichols, and Nichols is going to take another penalty. And Wygast is down. And that'll be it for the Royals power play. Nichols into the box for the second time today. The question is, 2 minutes or 5, the referees are conferring. And he did hit him from behind. It is. It's going to be a 5-minute major It may be 5 and 10. That is a play that a senior should not make on a team like this. Zach Nichols should know better than to hit a player from behind like that. With a 5-0 lead, he's just breathed life into the Whitmer Panthers. 5-minute major on the board, and the only question is, will he sit for 5 or 10 minutes beyond that? $5 and 10 for Zach Nichols. We won't see him again until the end of the game, if anything, even if then. He'll sit for a period. So the Royals will play 4-on-4 hockey for 46 seconds, and then Whitmer will have 4 minutes and 14 seconds of power play time. Here comes an opportunity. Shot in, rebound in the corner. Royals control. Up ice it comes. Schwartzbeck has it. Centers looking for Chidima. Chidima overskates it. Can't control the puck. 19 seconds left of the 4-on-4. And then the 5-minute major will have about 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining for the Whitmer Panthers. Kenny can't control. The Panthers have it behind their net. And Wisniewicz is released. Now the Royals on the penalty kill. Shot in, saved by Bradley. The other thing that will do for CVCA with Nichols in the box for almost 15 minutes is there are 4 defensemen on the roster. That puts them down to defensemen. They'll have to play with 3 for almost the remainder of this game. They'll cycle through Martin, Parada, and Mark Mosher. Chidima chips it forward. Gets the puck, and he'll skate up ice and send it down with 1:31 to go here in the second period. 5-on-4 power play for the Panthers. Royals, Humphrey dumps it in low and clears it again with 1:18 to go. Round the boards it goes. Kantak has it. Kantak, long pass looking for Kinney. He can't control. And a long shot. Falling down is Humphrey. Into the corner it goes. Whitmer sends it back up to Kantak. Cross ice pass to Kinney. Kinney will finally gain the zone with 1 minute to go. Shot knocked down and cleared up and out. Offsides is called as the Whitmer Panthers could not keep it in the zone. 52 seconds remain in period number 2. The Royals leading 5-0. Here's that rebound. The puck trickled up and just beyond the blue line where Derek Bradley could not keep it in. Panthers send it into the zone, but no one there to get it. It's sent right back out to Bradley. Bradley, long shot, blocker save by Mosher. They send it across, but Chidima intercepts. He's got 2-on-1 if he hurries, and he does. Over to Sif. Sif tried to get it back to Chidima, and it was knocked down. The Panthers come back the other way with it with 25 seconds left. It's shipped up. Mark Mosher will get it. Mosher sends it right back down the ice, and the Panthers will retreat. Just 15 seconds to go in the second period. The Royals, David Sif, battling on the boards. 7 seconds left. The bench yelling, "Eat it, eat it." As the clock winds down, Chidima's going to get a shot. Glove down by Bradley, and the buzzer sounds. That's going to do it on the second period. A period where the Royals exploded for 3 goals, but they finished the period still with 2 minutes and 8 seconds of penalty time that they'll have to kill at the start of period number 3. Nick Humphrey, Noah Chidima, and Humphrey again with second period goals. Shots on goal in that second period. Royals 18, Panthers 6 for the game. CVCA 40. And Whitmer just 11. We've made it to the end of 2 periods of play in the CVCA Christmas Tournament Championship game, and we'll pause right now for another message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy.
What is excellence? Excellence is a battle cry that you were made for more than this, in a world that is so satisfied with just okay. It's striving for greatness not only when there is a prize or recognition to be won, but in the still and quiet with only an audience of one. It's going above and beyond for others in service because our God has gone above and beyond all that we could have asked or imagined in His pursuit of us. It's diving into studies and academic pursuits, believing that the Lord has fashioned our minds out of the dust of the earth to understand and master complex concepts and the deep mysteries of the universe. It's preparation, not only for college or a career, but a life recklessly abandoning the ordinary and believing that the God who moves mountains lives inside you and will use you to turn the world upside down for His glory. A school defined by excellence is so much more than a building and classrooms. It is a defining culture, a strong imprint on a student's life in the way they will learn and grow. It is a life-altering encounter that surrounds them with people and experiences that shape who they will become. It is the foundation that they will take with them wherever they go. It is what they will see in their rearview mirrors as guideposts, showing them the way forward and propelling them to excel still more. In our lives, in our homes, in our families, in our communities, to go out and impact the world that God so loved. To shine a light on the darkest and most broken places. To be the salt to those who have lost their flavor. To bring love and healing as the hands and feet that we are called to be. We are CVCA, and we are called to excel still more.
Second period intermission, Royals leading 5-0, and always enjoy watching that video from the teachers of Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. And you can meet a lot of them at the upcoming Winter Open House and Family Preview Nights. If you want to consider the community you'd like to be a part of, we'd love to meet you on those nights. The Winter Open House coming up on Friday, January 27th. And here it is, the Family Preview Night coming up on February the 9th at 6 o'clock. Register for those events at www.cvcaroyals.org/admissions. And we can meet you there, where you can tour the facility, meet some of the teachers and the administrators and students as well, and learn what makes CVCA tick. We are at intermission during the second period. The Zamboni doing its thing. The Royals leading the Whitmer Panthers by a score of 5-0. Let's take a look at the second period stats, and here they are. Lopsided on the scoreboard, lopsided on shots on goal. Face-offs won is the only thing right now that Whitmer is leading in. And CVCA in full control of this one with 15 minutes left on the clock. Second period goals scored by Nick Humphrey right from the edge of the circle. He beat Bradley High. 7:22 of the second period. Just 38 seconds later, Noah Chidima scored to make it 4-0. And a minute 23 after that, from almost the exact same spot of the ice, Humphrey again, this time low, beat Bradley with his second of the day. And the Royals, with 3 goals in 2 minutes and 1 second in the second period, blew open what was a relatively close game at 2-0, and now lead 5-0 with 15 minutes left to play in this one. Once again, want to let you know that there are official game pictures available, game photos, from the official photographer of the CVCA Christmas Tournament from all 4 teams and every game. We'll get them all up there right now. I believe games 1 through 4 are already processed and up on the site. It's been a 24/7 job with when you add in sleeping this week and thanks go out to all the CVCA parents and folks that have volunteered to make this event happen this week. But game photos available. Get out your phone, scan that QR code, and then go have fun. Look at all the great pictures of all 4 teams that have competed in all 8 games this week. Official game photos from the CVCA Christmas tournament. As we look or think about the schedule ahead for CVCA, the next game is going to happen at 7 o'clock. You heard right, but we will not have it for you. It is the annual CVCA alumni game that will take place after this contest, and right now the alumni on hand enjoying the Royals with a 5-0 lead over the visiting Whitmer Panthers, looking to win the championship of the Christmas tournament for the first time since 2018. In actual games that are coming up in the month of January, a doubleheader next week. It's Friday night and Saturday night, both games at 5 o'clock here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. CVCA will skate against the Orange Lions in a divisional matchup in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue Division on Friday, and then they'll step out of divisional play once again and step up into the white and play the defending Barron Cup champions out of the white, the Western Reserve team, WRA. 2 weeks from now, CVCA will compete in the annual Parma Martin Luther King tournament. They will match up for the second time this year against the Parma Redmen officially. They also skated against Parma in the preseason. The last time the Royals and Redmen met was in the Normandy tournament over the Thanksgiving holiday. CVCA and regular divisional foe Canfield will skate on the following day, so that Parma tournament will begin on the Friday. On Saturday, CVCA will travel to Canfield and play in a divisional game, and then they'll return to tournament action on Sunday against Aurora, and then a Monday matchup against St. Edward's Green team, so it's St. Edward Green. So the Parma tournament includes Parma, Aurora, and St. Ed's, with Canfield sprinkled in there. And should the Royals advance, there is an opportunity for a championship game that would also take place Monday night. So the Royals scheduled to play St. Ed's Green team at 1 o'clock on January 16th, and then if they are successful, they would have an opportunity to play in the championship that evening over at Reese Ice Rink in Parma. That's the next 2 weeks for the Royals. We'll throw the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue standings up one final time. You might have these memorized by now if you've been watching all week. There's been no action in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue this week. A lot of the teams participating in holiday tournaments, just like this one. Chagrin Falls leads halfway through. They've played 6 out of their 10 games with 8 points. The Royals next with 6 points at 3-1. Roosevelt and Canfield also with 6 points, but at 3-2. Roosevelt with a head-to-head victory over the Canfield Cardinals. So Roosevelt 3, Canfield 4. Top 3 make the Barron Cup. 4th place will play the 4th place team from the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League West Division. Orange and NDCL with work to do, wrapping up or rounding up the top 6 or the total 6 in the Blue East Division. Here, Shuck-a-Puck has ensued. Most of the pucks coming from the other side. And once that is completed and the pucks are cleared off the ice, we'll have hockey that will return. Two minutes on the clock. We're going to take a break. It's been a long week of talking with you. We hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back as the clock winds down for third period action. Tim Nichols and the CVCA live stream crew bringing you the championship game of the CVCA Christmas tournament. Third period action coming up. We'll be back in a couple of moments, or a couple of minutes. Welcome back to CVCA Livestream's coverage of the CVCA Christmas Tournament Championship game. The Royals of CVCA leading the Whitmer Panthers 5-0. Chuck-a-Puck has just been completed, and we believe we've got a conspiracy that we've uncovered up top here. The winner for the second day in a row is Josh Porter, the younger brother of Matt Porter. And Josh has been coming to CVCA games for 6 years now. Sam Porter graduated a couple of years ago. So Josh has been watching a lot of these games and playing Chuck-a-Puck for years. He's won a lot of Chuck-a-Puck over the years, won it 2 days in a row. But if you watch out on the ice, there's a guy picking up all the pucks, and that's Josh Porter's dad. So we need to have an investigation to see what's going on with those Chuck-a-Pucks. But we're having a good time up here. We hope you've had a good time watching the CVCA Christmas Tournament on CVCA Livestream this week. We've got 15 minutes to go before a champion is crowned, and right now the Royals are in the driver's seat. Panthers have returned. 15 minutes is back up in the boards, and let's reset things for you. The Whitmer Panthers will have 2 minutes and 8 seconds of power play time, remaining on a major penalty to Zach Nichols, who's in the box for a hit from behind, 5-minute major, and 10 minutes misconduct beyond that. Young Joey Decker has to join him. He's the man that's serving the second time for Zach Nichols. And so the Panthers with an opportunity to get back in this thing. If they should score, they will remain on the power play. But right now off the faceoff, Noah Chidima wins it for CVCA, and he fires. Stick save by Bradley on a shorthanded bid by Chidima. We're back underway in the third period. 5-on-4, power play advantage for the Whitmer Panthers. Andrew Wishnowitz puts a shot toward the goal. It goes wide. And it's sent back down low now. Oh, Derek Kantak absolutely leveled one of the Royals back there. It was Mark Mosher, and Kantak is going to join Nichols in the box. A brutal hit by Derek Kantak at 5-0. That's what you worry. And he pumps his fist like, hey, I finally got him. There it is. And Kantak leveled a Twinsburg Tigers female player yesterday and got away with essentially with a 2-minute minor. And then another play after that did the same thing and took all his 300 pounds and landed on another Twinsburg player. Kantak even-mannered until yesterday, but he has let the ferocity of his 300-pound body loose the last 2 days and absolutely took aim at Mark Mosher. And the only question is now, will he play at all in the rest of this game? Premeditated, obviously, as he pumped his fist as he went off the ice. And with all due respect, there's no place for that in hockey. These teams have battled. And there it is. 5-minute major for head contact and a game misconduct for Derek Kantak. And the referees talking with head coach Kevin Brown. And at 5-0, we'll wait for the announcement. So officially, they did not announce the game misconduct on the announcement, but the referee definitely signaled it. At least it's 5-10. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for 1:34, and then the Royals will have a long power play. And what Kantak did right there, as far-fetched as it might have been, he basically took his team out of an opportunity to get back in this game. Shot on Mosher, dropped and covered. And what you worry about now, these teams with a history of kind of getting under each other's skin. 14 minutes to go in a lopsided game. Mosher, we're glad to see him get back out on the ice. You want to get to the end of this game without any kind of altercations. That would not be pretty. 4-on-4 hockey continues. Nolan Wygass keeps it in for the Panthers. Chidima battles with him. and he digs it out and retreats behind his goal. 1:03 left of the 4-on-4, and it's just sent down the ice where Derek Bradley has it. Bradley sends it up the boards to Andrew Wishnowitz, who finds Kinney skating into the offensive zone. He puts a shot wide of Mosher's goal. It's sent back down low by Derek Bradley. Kinney bumped off the puck. It loose in front. Backhanded shot goes wide by Wishnowitz. Around the boards, Bradley keeps it in. His shot deflected and saved by Mosher. 27 seconds left of the 4-on-4. Mark Mosher sends an outlet pass out, and the Royals into the offensive zone. Chidima leaves it for Outward. Outward has it under pressure. Kinney wins the puck away from him and skates into the zone. Kinney winds up, fires, and gloved down by Caleb Mosher with 13:01 to go in the third period. 9 seconds remain of the 4-on-4, and then CVCA will have a 3-minute and 21-second major penalty, or major power play. Face off to the left of Caleb Mosher. Dropped down and won by the Royals. Chipped up and out. Long shot, sticked aside by Caleb Mosher from the blade of Derek Bradley from behind the red line. Power play underway for the Royals. 3 minutes and 12 seconds of major power play time. Sif fires, and Dylan Bradley gloves it down for the Panthers. So an offensive zone face-off for CVCA. Won by the Royals, centered by Humphrey. No one there for CVCA, and Stegmeyer will skate the blue line. Fires, knocked down in front, never got to the goal. Parada tries to loop it forward. It's intercepted, and the puck trickles into the defensive zone for the Royals. Carter Martin feathers it forward. Stegmeyer on the power play, gains the zone. His shot is deflected high into the rafters. Nice job there by Carson McKellen to get in the way of that shot. 2:37 to go for CVCA on the power play time. Face off to the left of Bradley, one back to the Panthers. Jacob Wishnowitz tries to clear it, has pressure from Schwartzbeck, and now it's sent out. Carson Schiavone doing the Royals a little bit of favor, who knocked that down, and CVCA misplaying the puck, trying to come out of their own defensive zone. Mosher with speed, gains the offensive zone and dumps it in deep. Sent up, but not out. In the slot, Outward lines up and gloved down by Bradley once again. So both teams will change up. Royals leading 5-0. Royals win the faceoff. Schwartzbeck up to the slot. Martin with traffic. It's wide. A second shot gloved down by Bradley again. Shots on goal at this point. Well, we'll get him in just a moment after the replay. Here it is. Martin's shot went wide off the boards. It led to a second rebound opportunity for CVCA. Nice job by the goaltender. 43-15 in favor of CVCA. Cross ice, Carter Martin skates in, sends it forward. It's knocked down in front. Nick Humphrey was standing in front of the goal. Kinney sends it up but not out. Martin's shot deflected in front, loose. Back to the near side board, still 1:36 to go. Martin, cross ice. Mark Mosher. Mosher gets it right back, sends it down low. It's wide. Near side. Chipped forward toward the goal. It comes to David Siff. He shoots. Loose in front after it was knocked down by Bradley, who doesn't have his stick. He reaches and gets it back. Meanwhile, Nick Humphrey trying to get to the slot, couldn't, and now a chance for the Panthers on a shorthanded bid, right to the goal and covered by Mosher. Little extra effort on the whistle there by the referee to make sure everything stopped and there was no extracurricular activities in front of the goal of Caleb Mosher. As Carter Martin was coming in to make sure that Nolan Wygast was escorted to the side. 1:03 remaining on the major penalty to Kantak. He will sit the rest of the game as his 5 and 10 came after the period had started. Another shot down and cleared, had to be saved by Caleb Mosher with 10:18 to go. The Royals leading 5-0. Schwartzbeck now. Jacob into the zone, leaves it for Chidima. Cross ice looking for Outward. Outward has it. Angles it off the boards. It's deflected. He's taken out of the play by Body, but Chidima's shot is knocked down in front. Here comes another chance backhanded by the Royals. Still doesn't get to the goal and cleared down with 20 seconds left on the penalty time. Royals with time for one more rush, but nice back checking there by McKellen. And the clock winds down. Penalty time expires, and we're back to 5-on-5. Full strength for both teams. 9:23 to go in the period. Chidima. And Outward. Outward digs it out. He's going to fire. The rebound is loose in front and sent up and out. Carter Martin will chase it. Cut off the angle. Chips it off the boards, but still the Panthers coming. Poke checked away and loose in front and cleared up, but still not out. Sent into the corner by Jacob Wishnowitz. Up the boards it goes. Wishnowitz sends it back down again. Finds a teammate. He chops at it. It's bouncing in front of the goal. Sent up, and Cord Stegmeyer will try and settle it down for CVCA. Stegmeyer will skate out. Across the blue line into the offensive zone comes Cord. Cord circles behind the net. Wraparound chance not there. Up to Martin. Martin with a lot of traffic in front. Passes far ice. Across the ice. First shot fanned on. Second shot saved off of Stegmeyer. And up come the Panthers again. 8:20 to go in regulation. Royals leading 5-0. Puck still loose and dug out by CVCA. Royals 4-on-2 if they hurry. Martin just fires it in on the far side. Stegmeyer comes up and he evades a hit, which was never delivered. Stegmeyer gets it again, backhanded, loose in front on the rebound, collected by the Panthers. Martin keeps it in for the moment, and now it trickles out. Jacob Wishnowitz tried to gain the zone, could not. And Eric Kenny gets into the offensive zone. Royals try to push it up, but lose it. Kenny skates in from the faceoff, not saved by Mosher. On the far side, kept in by Chandler Fielding. Sends it around behind the net where the Royals come out with it. Halfway through the third period, long pass, and Stegmeyer is going to be able to skate in. Cord gets cut off, puts a shot on goal, couldn't cross over like he wanted to because of good back checking by Nolan Wygast. Here's the replay and another nice job by Wygast to continue hustling, even down 5-0. $7:17 to go. The Royals leading 5-0. Puck is sent around the boards, kept in for the moment, but here comes Whitmer. Poke checked away. Schwartzbeck, can he get there? No. It's sent back the other direction. Cross ice. Wygast sends it in. Kenny checked into the boards, but it's dug out by Wygast, who sends it down low. Mosher there. Sends it forward. Outward. Cross ice. Nice pass collected by Chidima. He fires, and again, Bradley stands tall. The 43rd save of the afternoon for Dylan Bradley on the 48th CVCA shot. He's been busy. .6:44 to go. Royals closing in on a CVCA Christmas Tournament championship. Noah Chidima has the puck, and he's dispossessed. Carson McKellen, a nice job by him. And the Panthers come up with it. McKellen tries to get through center ice, cannot. Bodies fall below us. Meanwhile, Jacob Schwartzbeck centers, shot by Outward coming in unchallenged. Couldn't redirect it on goal. Had a great opportunity right there. 6:08 to go. Panthers turn it over again. Schwartzbeck skates in, flicks it toward the goal, and again, gloved down by Bradley. Face off to the right of Bradley. CVCA wins it back. Here comes Nick Humphrey, and he is stoned by Bradley. That's the 50th shot on goal of the day for the Royals. That means Dylan Bradley has saved 90% today. He's just been under a constant barrage. He's played great. He's continued to play great. Just the Royals, relentless. Humphrey sends it forward. Mosher steps in. Couldn't keep it in. Here comes Whitmer. Kinney. Nice back checking by Mosher. And again, Siff swoops in, sends it forward, turns it over, and a shot and score! Finally! For the Whitmer Panthers, they break the ice against CVCA, shutout 2 days ago. A loose puck here in the circle, and the Panthers are finally on the board from the face-off dot. Kinney. Eric Kinney. CVCA 5, Whitmer 1. So there will be no shutout today. As Yogi Berra once said, it's getting late early out here. Not a lot of time left for the Panthers to make a comeback, but until the clock says 3-0, they're going to continue to play. Carter Martin retreats behind his goal. Down to 4:50 to go. The Royals turn it over again in their defensive zone, but not for long. Here comes CVCA. Nice defensive play there by the Panthers on Chidima to dispossess him, and they're going to clear it all the way down the ice for an icing. CVCA 5, Whitmer 1. 4:31 to go, third period action. The Royals have been the most dominant team of this tournament, defeating Twinsburg 5-1, rather 9-1, defeating these Panthers 5-0. A close game yesterday with Normandy. They've been in control today for the entirety of the contest, as there's 4:19 remaining. The teams battle for the puck in front of the Whitmer bench, and the Royals dig it out and put another shot that is kicked aside by Bradley on the near side. Puck taken away only for a moment by Cameron Schiavone. It's kept in. Oh, they're going to call offsides. Just trickled over the blue line, did that puck before Carter Martin could get to it. And we're under 4 minutes, 3:58 officially remaining on the clock. Face off right below us. Mosher. Cross ice, looking for Parada. He feathers it in. Owen Gump has it. He pushes it forward. Schiavone sends it in. Mosher has it. He'll skate out with it. Mosher with wheels. And the only thing that stopped him was the referee. But Chidima still hustling with 3.5 to go. Porter centers. Chidima's got it. Settles it down. Fires. And Noah Chidima scores. Chidima from Porter. And the Royals add another one.
Far down.
Here it is. Porter in the corner. Centers to Chidima. He settles the puck down and fires. Yes, bar down for the 6th goal of the day for CVCA. Chidima from Porter. And for Chidima, another goal to add to his totals. He had 21 coming in. He's got 23 now. The Panthers still fighting to the end. Humphrey can't clear the zone. A shot deflected wide. Carter Martin collects it, pushes it forward and out to center ice with 2:54 to go. Cole Allen with a shift, sends it in. But right out to center ice once again. Derek Bradley pushes it forward. They cannot clear the zone though. David Siff bodied down and it's sent up to Kinney. With the only goal today, Kinney's going to fire. This one's deflected off the body of Martin. Humphrey leaves it for Martin. 2:24 to go. Martin sends it forward. Siff pushes it into the zone. Whitmer on it. Long pass to center ice. The Royals have to wait to get onside. Outward will send it in and teammates will get onside. 2:02, 2:01, 2 minutes to go. The Royals. Whistle blows. Chidima is coming onto the ice. Zach Nichols, meanwhile, finally released to head back to the bench area. He served his 5 and 10 with 1:58 to go. And they're going to get CVCA for a too many men on the ice penalty. So Nick Humphrey goes into the box. Says, how you doing to Derek Kantak. And a power play for the final 2 minutes for the Panthers. Royals clear it down the ice. Bradley leaves it for a teammate. We're down to 1:47. Offsides against the Panthers. They've got to get back and retreat. So the Royals will just wait and clear it. Martin sends it down where it's collected by Derek Bradley. Cross ice, he sends it to Jefferson Davis. Davis loses the puck. Outward. Has it taken away. But still, forechecking for the 1:13 to go. Chidima chips at it, and it goes down the ice. No one there for the Panthers. Eli Parada is going to collect it. We're down to 1 minute left to go in the contest. The Royals leading 6-1. Andrew Wisniewicz. Panthers lose the puck again, and the Royals clear it. They can do that the rest of the game as they're on the penalty kill. Chandler Fielding sends it around the boards. 37 left. Chipped up to center ice. McKellen on Martin. A shot by Schiavone. High. On the far side, Jeremy Edney in the game. 20 seconds left. The Royals clear it once again. Up and controlled by Martin. Down to 10 seconds left. CVCA sends it down one final time. Derek Bradley has it, but the clock is going to wind down. The 2022 CVCA Christmas Tournament champions, the CVCA Royals. The Royals, dominant today and dominant this week. For the first time since 2018, take home the hardware at the CVCA Christmas Tournament. The Panthers played well, but just didn't have enough to play with CVCA this year. The third meeting between the two teams this season goes to the Royals. They win twice in 3 days against these Whitmer Panthers. And the Panthers will head back to Toledo and continue the rest of their season after a strong showing here, but a showing which has them as the runner-ups in 2022. CVCA goes to 15-5 on the season. And both teams will gather for the ceremonies here at the end of the contest. While they do that, we'll recap the scoring in the third period. Noah Chidima. Well, we'll start with Eric Kinney. Kinney got a score and a goal for the Whitmer Panthers, the only one of the day. His goal scored at 9:46 of the third period, unassisted. That made it 5-1. And then Chidima with a bar down goal at 11:39, assisted by Matt Porter, was the final score of the afternoon that made it 6-1. That's the final score today for CVCA against these Whitmer Panthers. Caleb Mosher, the MVP, the most valuable goaltender for CVCA. A shutout and 25 out of 26 today in saves for the Royals. He gets the MVP as the goalie. Noah Chidima gets the MVP award for the Christmas tournament. 5 goals on the first night, a pair of goals today. And Chidima was all over the ice this week for CVCA. He is the MVP of the Christmas tournament. And then Nick Humphrey, the captain of the Royals, takes the trophy for CVCA. And the Royals, Nick Humphrey, the captain, congratulating all the Whitmer Panthers, shaking hands with them. Whitmer, a good run as the defending champions of this tournament. They gutted it out yesterday against Twinsburg. The story of Chandler Fielding, who played in goal his first time ever, and McKellen, who got the Panthers here with a game winner, and Bradley and Humphrey embrace, and that's actually good to see after the fracas that happened the other night. The two of them coming together and making sure they'd settle any differences they might have, a good embrace and hug between the two of them. And Humphrey returns back to his team. They've gathered in front of the Royals' goal that was defended by Caleb Mosher, and they're going to take a championship pose and take home the trophy here from the CVCA Christmas Tournament in 2022. Well, it's been a fun tournament, and we've had a blast bringing it to you. And as we get to the end of our broadcast today, we want to dole out some thank yous to a bunch of people. So, my name's Tim Nichols, and it's been a pleasure talking with you and bringing the coverage to you through my eyes and ears this week. But it doesn't happen without a lot of help. And so I want to send a big thank you out to Sean Mosher, who makes sure that from a technical standpoint, we are working with all the wires connected and all the networking being done as it needs to be. He also runs the camera. Kent Schwartzbeck, who ran the replay all week long. Kent, we couldn't do it without you, so thank you very much. A big shout out to Cody Anderson, who's in year 3 with us in hockey and football, making sure that things work from a graphics standpoint most of the time. JT Nichols home from college, working the graphics during this championship game and most of the week this week. Thank you to him. Thank you to Teresa Outward, who made sure we were fed and had plenty of warm food for us. Big thanks out to Teresa all week long. Last year we were at this tournament, we did 8 games, and I don't think we ate one bit. And Teresa noticed that and said, you know what, you guys are going to eat this year. And eat we did. So thank you, Teresa, for making sure the food was there for us all week. Always, John Young and Ben Miller and the athletic department staff of Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. There are none better than JY and Ben. So we know that they are busy getting ready, probably in position right now for the CVCA women's basketball game, the girls basketball game against Walsh Jesuit. That tips off in 1 minute. So thank you to them. We know they'll hear about this later. Of course, head coach Doug Fairchild. He's the brainchild behind the CVCA Christmas tournament and the heartbeat of the CVCA hockey program. He got his 200th victory on Monday night. The Royals went out and got him 3 more. And now he's going to celebrate with the rest of his alumni in the alumni game as they'll stick around here for the next 2 hours. But Coach, thank you to you for everything you do to help make things happen here at CVCA from a hockey standpoint. Thank you to Jim Jackson, the head coach of Normandy, who spent a little more than a period with us. Head coach of the Invaders. Always great to spend some time with Coach Jackson, and we hope we see you again down the road. To the staff at the Dan Kostel Rec Center here, a big shout out. They make sure things are ready for us. Every time we get into the rink, they're with us all week long. They were out there squeegeeing the boards and the glass